So this is the new case trimmer. This is a 223 brass that's already been resized, deprimed, and it's been cleaned, somewhat clean. There's still some spots on it. I'm working with a new cleaner. It's a walnut shell, and I don't really like the job that it does. I mean, I don't really know how stained up some of this brass is, but I just grabbed another random piece and that one's got a little dent in it, but you can see it just doesn't quite get everything off of them. So I don't really know. I might throw this back in the cleaner overnight and just see what I get. But anyway, this is the Frankford Arsenal full case prep trimmer. So I've already got it calibrated to a 223 round. I'm not going to go into the details, but there's a little neck piece that you put in here that sits right on the neck of the case that kind of prevents it from going much further. And then you tighten this down, which kind of sucks this together so that you can only put the case so far. Once when you've calculated how, and there's little thousandths of an inch turns in here, but once when you get it calibrated, it pinches the brass so you can only push against it. So there it is, eating up a piece. Then you go over here and clean up the inside. Come over here, clean up the outside. And then most of them I'm not cleaning the primers, but that one looks pretty gummed up, so we'll throw that on there. And you just run that around a little bit, let it do its thing. And it cleans up the primer pocket a little bit. We throw that in the done pile. And just grab another one and keep chugging along. Now, 223 brass is 223-556. We're not going to get into that debate right now, but it's supposed to be to 1.76 inches and no longer. So, in doing this, the smallest it could be, your trim length should be down to 1.65 inches. My apologies. It's supposed to be 1.76 inches is the max, and the max trim length should be 1.75 inches. Google that, check it. I'm pretty sure that's correct, although I'm pulling it from memory, and I just Googled it probably 30 minutes ago before I started doing this. So you can check that, but I've got this calibrated to where it does it correctly. Trust assured. But yeah, you can see how it kind of cleans up the inside, puts a shine on the outside. It does pretty good. So I actually got this on sale from Amazon, and it was used on Amazon for $105 shipped to the house. So I said, heck yeah, sign me up, because normally it's 160 some brand new. So I decided, hey, look, it's on sale, and this was the damage of it. So I guess it got damaged in shipping because how it sits in the box, this is actually the edge of the box right here. So I guess it got slammed into something in shipping, and it's got a little dent over here. I don't know how that gets on there, but I was just like, hey, look, it saves $50. I'm down with that. Let's go. So yeah, I've just been sitting here, and I've got a little bucket here catching all my shavings. So, and what's cool is once we trim it down, you can really see how thick that brass is, and then you clean it up. Take a look at it again. Really trying to get it in focus there. You can really see how it kind of shapes it to catch that bullet, really cleans up the edges on it. So, like I said, I felt like I got a pretty good deal at $105. I know there's a lot of hand crank ones out there that are, $70 to $110 or something like that, depending on what brand you go with. But, I'm pretty lazy. I'm literally holding my phone with one hand and trimming cases in the other. Like, it's that simple. Once when you get it configured, which, took all of 5 minutes, you can really just start going through these things. it's, I know there's some cheaper solutions out there. They got like, you know, Lee's got a couple where you do them in a drill, and you got all this and that. They're really cheap solutions, but you know, I get to sit here one-handed. I get to trim, chamfer, and deburr. And if I'm so inclined to clean these pockets, if they don't come out clean from tumbling them, I can do my primer pockets all one-handed. So I think it's a great system. I know there's plenty of videos out there on them, so I'm not doing anything new here. I'm just kind of giving my impressions. Not really big on unboxing stuff. It actually came in a pretty beat up box from Amazon. But yeah, I mean, I've sat here and I've done all these, not since the start of the video, but I've been sitting in here for a little while doing these, and then I did this whole bin right here, and I started with pretty much about half a bucket, half a can, and just sitting here ground away. And now again, all these are 1.76 inches or more. So I was really surprised at how much that brass can stretch out. And obviously, if it's not the right length, it's not going to feed into the chamber right. So you really gotta trim that down. And I see a lot of people online like going to on this 1.75 inches. I'm not against that. It's good logical sense to trim it down as low as possible. That way, you can shoot it several times before it stretches back out, and you gotta trim it down again. I just set the machine to 1.755, just right in the middle. That way if I, for whatever reason, put too much pressure on it, it's not gonna overcut, and I'm down in the, the 174 area where you don't want to be. And all of these were, not much longer than 1.76. So it's not like, as long as I hear it grind a little bit, I know it's within spec to be loaded. So, but yeah, here's just another little quick video. I've actually really been doing a lot of new stuff lately. Really excited about getting back into loading. I was really excited initially, and then I kind of, I did it for 308. And 308 is kind of more of a hunt round. It's a little more expensive, but my stepdad got me interested in wanting to do some 223 stuff, and it's really, got me back into it. And the real problem that I had was I was getting 223 for free, but I literally had probably about 1,000 rounds that were just too long. I could not load them; they were just too long. So. I have a bunch of 308 stuff that's too long, but I don't shoot it that much, so I could just keep sifting through it and keep all the ones that are still the correct length and be fine, and still have plenty of brass left over. But this 223, I had literally loaded every single bit that was still within spec that I could, and then I was just like, well, either I gotta go shoot some so I can pick up some, or I've gotta get a case trimmer so I can keep loading and keep stockpiling, so that's where I'm at, and I think this system right here is just great. Also, what I've done, I forget, someone had left a comment about it, about swaging or swedging. I've heard several enunciations. I'm not here to debate that either. But someone had suggested, because I was having issues with my primers, getting some of them in, and I was just like, well, primers are a couple pennies each, I'm getting the brass for free, whatever, I'll just throw the brass away. But, he didn't really make any point, but he was just like, hey, you should look at swedging your brass or swaging the brass. And I was like, I really should. So I guess this is almost a two-piece video, because I got the the primer pocket swedging tool, or swagger. We can do that one, right? Let's go swagger tool. Put a little swag on brass. But you know, I've got it set up here on my press, and it's I've already swedged or whatever you want to call it with all this brass, and it just pops right out because it's how it should be. The brass should be. It's all clean, but hell, you can just do that. You just pop it right on, pop it right off, and it goes all the way down to the bottom. So I've already swaged all this stuff. So, and I've loaded a batch that I swaged or swaggered, and it actually turned out really nice. It was really easy to load it. I was able to do 223 pretty much on par with how fast I do 9 mils. And again, not that speeds everything, but I was just very efficient in it, and it was nice to just be able to crank out rounds and not have to worry about, oh, is this one gonna go in, or you know, do I gotta turn the brass a little bit to try and get it to go in right, or you know, did it seat all the way and then do a little extra pressure to make sure it's seating. Don't have to worry about none of that. You just, you know, swage it, put some swagger in it, and then just crank them out. And with that, you know, not to be like, oh, look at all my rounds, but you know, I did quite a few rounds just, you know, like 9s. Like I was just cranking those out like it was nothing because the primers were just easy. So, but yeah, that's it. Kind of a talking head video. But yeah, this is again the Frankford Arsenal. Let me double check the full name on it because case trim and prep machine. I mean, I really couldn't be happier with it. It was $100 well spent, and to be honest, if they wouldn't have had it on sale, I was prepared to buy the 160, buy it for 160, and even then, I think it was worth it at 160. So, so yeah, you know, thanks for coming check it out. Again, another talking head video. I'm not the most organized of clean benches out there. You know, I've got all different kind of tools, and you know, here's all my primers of stuff that I've loaded so far. I keep those just to kind of hang on to them for whatever reason. But yeah, I just not the cleanest bench, but I get enough space to get done what I need to get done, and I have fun shooting. So again, you know, give me a thumbs up, thumbs down. If you like the video, any questions, comments, concerns, leave them at the bottom, and we'll talk it out. All right, guys, have a good one.